Well, as India and United States of America look towards a reset in ties with bilateral trade talks underway as well, United States President Donald Trump has made a telephone call to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's called him to wish him for his 75th birthday. Trump was in fact the first person to wish Prime Minister Modi, a wish that came in tandem with his recent change in attitude after he repeatedly slammed India for buying Russian oil, accusing India of fueling the Ukraine conflict. Well, if we go by the statements given by the leaders on the call, Trump has now credited and thanked PM Modi for peace in the Ukraine conflict as well. Well, also, of course, we're going to have to see how the trade talks pan out after a senior delegation from the United States held a key meeting yesterday on this same issue. Ambassador Yogesh Gupta, former diplomat, is joining us live. What do you make of this phone call and the messages that followed this phone call as well last night, Ambassador Gupta?
You know, it's a very good development, very auspicious development, and I see there are two angles to it. The first angle is that tomorrow, President Trump is going to, Friday, President Trump is going to talk to President Xi Jinping of China. And he is going to, as per reports, he is going to seal a trade deal, including one on TikTok, with China. So by talking to Prime Minister Modi, President Trump is sending a message that he is not ignoring India, that U.S. relations with India are also important, and he is dedicated to improving relations with India. Second thing about the trade negotiations that we are having with the U.S. By making this call, President Trump is signaling that he wants to have a trade deal finalized with India. He will be flexible in the talks, unlike in the past, and he's looking forward to expanding our relations with India. So I think it's a very nice development, very welcome development, and this is a very happy augury for the relations between the two countries.
Absolutely. And also, Ambassador Yogesh Gupta, the fact that Prime Minister Modi, the first wish for him this time came from the American president, that says a lot as well. And also, the US president in that, Truth Social post heaping praise, saying he's doing a tremendous job. Also thanking him, interestingly, for peace, supporting peace in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. What can be read between the lines into that as well?
It is also very important because some people like Navarro and others have been alleging, that India is, worsening the prospects for peace in Ukraine by importing this oil from Russia and all that stuff. So basically, President Trump is saying that, look, don't attach too much importance to what people like Navarro are saying. As far as he is concerned, he values the relationship with Prime Minister Modi and India, and he wants to expand this relationship.
All right, Ambassador Yogesh Gupta, thank you for joining us with your perspective on that story. Let me also bring in Rabindra Sachdev, foreign affairs expert, who's joining us now live. Rabindra Sachdev, Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets his first birthday wish from US President Donald Trump. What do you make of this development, this phone call last night?
Thank you so much. I mean, on the one hand, it's optopolitics of the highest level playing out. That is optics plus geopolitics. Apart from that, yes, it does indicate very much that Trump himself is valuing and values the relationship with Prime Minister Modi and with India. He has been indicating that since, I think, the SCO meet. Maybe the SCO meet in Beijing kind of, jolted him into some reality. That would be a part. Secondly, there are, good signals and signs on the trade deal, but we should be very, very clear. The matter of the tariffs regarding trade is different than the matter of tariffs regarding oil. Okay, what is being talked about is a trade deal on which we have a 25% tariff as of now, and negotiations, the American team is there, proceeding ahead. We have our red lines very clear, which the Americans very well understand now on the trade part, I'm saying. So that 25% tariff would be hopefully negotiated down to some reasonable level, but it won't come down to the pre-Trump era, which was 3%. Maybe it could come down to 15% or 20%, right? We will adjust also, and America will. But that is only the trade part on which we are getting such signals of progress. Regarding the tariff on oil, which is a separate 25%, on that I see no signal yet that those tariffs would be reduced or eliminated. In fact, there is talk, and Trump himself is talking to NATO, pushing them, and also to the G7. His Treasury Secretary held a call that the G7 and NATO should add anywhere from 50% to 100% tariff on countries which buy oil from Russia, namely China and India. So regarding the oil tariffs, I see absolutely no relief. So far it seems, right? But yes, on the trade, so what the US has done, it seems, is that they've decoupled the discussions and the matters between, issues related to trade and oil. So oil is totally separate, but on trade, yes, there is there seems to be progress. And Trump definitely, I think, apparently, it also seems that Trump is trying to say, look here, Prime Minister Modi, this is not personal. He's trying to keep his personal relationship, and, he values that, it seems. He does. But on matters of core interest of his ideology on trade tariffs and oil, I think America will still go on with its policies.
Okay, Robinder, also, the statements put out by both, with Donald Trump, of course, heaping praise on PM Modi, saying he's doing a tremendous job, calling him, of course, a very good friend, but also thanking him for his, for helping bring peace to the Russia-Ukraine region. Interestingly, that's a thought that, Prime Minister Modi responded to in his statement as well, where he thanked his good friend Trump for the wishes and, spoke about the India-US partnership, but also went out to say that India supports the US's efforts to bring about peace. What do you make of the messaging in both the statements on social media?
Sure, sir. You're absolutely right to point out that there are nuances and subtle message below the message which are out there. So it shows a couple of things. One, if realistically thinking, the US were to want an honest broker, if the West wants an honest broker with Russia, Prime Minister Modi is the person, right? Now, one. And secondly, India has always been saying, Prime Minister Modi, right since, I think, on sidelines of Tashkent SCO, and he told it to Putin clearly, this is not the era of war, this is the era to live and let live. Now, that has been our constant